Have you ever looked at your life and thought, why is this taking so long? I'm doing the work. I'm praying. I'm believing. I'm showing up. I'm applying. I'm posting. And still, it feels slow. Perhaps that's because real transformation doesn't happen all at once. Maybe the biggest shift in our lives is happening in places nobody could see yet. And that's what we're talking about today. Hey friends, welcome back to Ways of Change. I'm Vanessa, and this is day 96 of 100 days of showing up, sharing the journey, and documenting what it looks like to rebuild your life in real time. So today, I submitted an application for a position in Vilseck, Germany with the Defense Health Agency. I completed my engagement hour, and I also posted on LinkedIn about having a resurrection mindset. And honestly, that message carried right into today's episode because I came across a quote on LinkedIn that said, "Every great transformation passes through small, unseen stages. Wings don't grow overnight." That's a word right there. I think a lot of us want the wings, but we get discouraged by the stage. We want the breakthrough. We want the open door. We want the evidence. But we don't always know how to respect the process of becoming. So today I want to talk about the unseen stages of transformation and why just because it's quiet doesn't mean nothing is happening. There's something about transformation that sounds beautiful after the fact. When people tell the story later, it sounds so polished, so clean, so inspiring. They'll say things like, "She reinvented herself. He stepped out on faith. She started over and built something amazing." But what people usually skip over is the middle, the quiet middle, the small middle, the invisible middle. The stage where you're doing the work and there's very little evidence that it's working. And I really believe that's where a lot of us are. Not failing, not finished, not forgotten, just forming. And that stage can play with your emotions if you're not careful. Because when the growth is invisible, it's so easy to assume it isn't happening. But a seed underground looks like nothing until it breaks through the soil. Wings don't grow overnight. They grow in hidden places. And I think life works like that too. Your confidence may be growing in hidden places. Your discipline may be growing in hidden places. Your courage may be growing in hidden places. Your clarity, your healing, your next chapter, all of that can be developing before anybody sees the evidence. Sometimes before you even see the evidence. So today I applied for a position in Vilseck. I think this is my 4th position that I've applied for in Vilseck. But this one is with the Defense Health Agency. And if you've been following this journey, then you know every single application carries hope. Not because I think every application is automatically the one, but because every application says something. It says, "I still believe change is possible. I still believe I'm not stuck here forever." It says, "I still believe there is more for me than what I could see right now." And that matters. That 100% matters. Even if nobody sees the emotional labor behind it, even if nobody sees how much energy it takes to search, tailor, submit, hope, and wait, that application still counted. It was still a part of the transformation. It was one more small, unseen stage. And I think sometimes we underestimate the power of continuing. Not loud continuing, not dramatic continuing, not performative continuing, just faithful continuing. The kind where you quietly say to yourself, I don't know how this is going to play out, but I'm still going to take the next step. That right there, that's transformation too. Now let's talk about this resurrection mindset for a second. I talked about that in yesterday's episode. You'll find it here or here. But I posted about it on LinkedIn today, and the more I sat with it, the more I realized how much it connects to today's quote. Because resurrection is not just about a miracle, it's also about what you believe in the in-between time. It's about holding on when things look still, when things look delayed, when things look buried. A resurrection mindset says something can still live again, something can rise again, something can change, even if I can't see it yet. And I think that kind of mindset is necessary when your life feels hidden. Because sometimes we think nothing is happening, when really the deepest work is happening internally before it ever shows up externally. That's the hard part. External proof is easy to celebrate, but internal growth, that takes discernment to recognize. Maybe God is growing your capacity before He expands your opportunity. Maybe He's strengthening your mindset before He shifts your location. Maybe He's teaching you how to carry the next level before He releases it to you. And maybe the reason it feels slow is because what's being built actually needs roots. It needs depth. It needs structure. It needs maturity. And depth takes time, y'all. That doesn't mean you're behind. It doesn't mean it's not working. It doesn't mean you should give up. It may simply mean your wings are still growing. We live in a culture that loves fast results, don't we? Everybody wants the overnight success story. Everybody wants the glow up, the promotion, the move, the viral moment, the instant breakthrough. But real life is usually built much slower than that. Most transformation is layered, it's repetitive, it's quiet, it's ordinary looking. And sometimes the only thing you did today was stay consistent. But you know what? Consistency counts. That engagement hour I did today, that counts. That LinkedIn post about resurrection mindset, that counts. That application to Germany counts. This video, it counts too. Because transformation is usually less about one big dramatic moment and more about what you keep doing before the moment arrives. That's where identity gets built. That's where endurance and faith is stretched and strengthened. It's in the repetition. It's in the obedience. It's in the small, brave things. And honestly, I think that's why so many people quit too soon. Not because they're not capable of transformation, but because they expected it to look impressive right away. Meanwhile, real growth is over here moving like a crock pot, not a microwave. And to be real, y'all, sometimes I want my blessings with same-day delivery. Sometimes I want a tracking number from heaven. God, give it to me. And sometimes I want God to send me an update like, your transformation is out for delivery. But instead, I get routine, I get patience, I get silence. I get another day of showing up, and somehow that becomes the process. I really want to say this to anybody watching who feels discouraged by how long your process is taking. You may be further along than you think. Just because you don't have outward proof yet doesn't mean you're still at the beginning. Maybe your thinking has changed. Maybe your standards have changed. Maybe your boundaries have changed. Maybe your recovery time after disappointment has changed. That's growth, my friend. Maybe you don't crumble the way you used to. Maybe you don't panic the way you used to. Maybe you bounce back faster than you used to. Maybe you've become more intentional, more grounded, more clear. That's growth too. Not all transformation comes with a receipt you could post online. Some of it shows up in how you carry yourself now. Some of it shows up in what you no longer tolerate. Some of it shows up in the fact that you're still here, still trying, still believing, while your life is still becoming. That's not nothing. That's evidence. Quiet evidence, but evidence all the same. The scripture that comes to mind for today is Zechariah 4:10. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. This verse reminds us not to look down on small beginnings, not to dismiss those seasons, not to treat hidden growth like it doesn't count. Small doesn't mean meaningless. Small can still be strategic. Small can still be the beginning of something life-changing. So no, wings don't grow overnight. But that doesn't mean they're not growing. As I sit here on day 96, I realize this whole journey has been made up of small, unseen stages, application by application, video by video, post by post, prayer by prayer. And maybe one day I'll look back and realize I was growing wings the whole time. Not loudly, not publicly, not with fanfare, but slowly, quietly, surely. So if your life feels slow right now, if it feels hidden, if it feels repetitive, if it feels like you're in a stage nobody sees, please hear me when I say this. That doesn't mean your transformation isn't real. It may just mean you're in a part where the wings are still forming. And one day, what was hidden will carry you. Let's close this episode with a short meditation. If you can, just settle into your seat, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and let your hands rest softly in your lap. Taking a slow, deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. Now gently say to yourself, I don't have to rush my becoming. What is meant for me is still taking shape. Growth is happening even when I can't see it. I honor the small stages. I trust the hidden work. My wings are growing. Take another deep breath in and slowly release it. Now picture yourself standing at the edge of a new season. Not fully there yet, but no longer where you used to be. Feel the quiet strength in that. You are becoming, not late, not forgotten, not overlooked, just in process. And that process has purpose. Take one final deep breath in and let it go slowly. And when you're ready, open your eyes. If this episode spoke to you, share it with somebody who may be in a hidden stage of transformation right now. And if you've been walking with me through this wave of change journey, thank you. We're only a few days away from day 100. And one thing I know for sure is this. Even when it feels slow, change is still happening. Hey y'all, I'm Vanessa, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.